And Sean and Carol are here from the Frederick County Animal Control with our Shockley Honda Pet of the Week. Good morning, Sean.
Good morning, Tom.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah.
You brought a little sweetie in here this morning.
Yeah, we brought a cat. I was trying to think how long it's been. Maybe a week. I mean, not a week. A month. 6 weeks. Something like that. It's been quite a while.
Dogs have dominated the headlines.
Yep, they have.
When I was at the open house, it looked like all the kitties were getting a lot of attention, even the full-grown ones.
Yep, and our cat population has been down for some time. We just haven't been taking them in. We are starting to see the kittens now. There are none available, to my knowledge, at this point for adoption. They're not old enough, but gradually I think we started receiving our first litters around the beginning of April, so sometime the end of this month or beginning of June, they'll be available for adoption. So.
Our Shockley Honda Pet of the Week is the lovely Bella.
That's right.
I'm guessing she's a female.
Yeah, she is. And sometimes you wonder if they could talk, what they'd tell you, because what I know about Bella is she came to the shelter and she was pregnant and an owner turned her in and she had her babies. And during that time, she went into foster care. And then all the babies, of course, were adopted. And finally, Bella was adopted. And now she was brought back to the shelter.
She seems like a sweetheart.
So she falls into that 10 to 13% statistic of return to shelter that for some reason that they don't keep. And what the owner told us was, first and foremost, they weren't cat people. They've always owned dogs and they weren't cat savvy. And then second, they told us that she had a tendency to scratch things that she wasn't supposed to.
Well, she's a cat.
And that is very true. And I think what we need to learn from this is we go back to the foster mother and say, okay, how did she act in your house? And the foster mother said that she did not scratch anything. Her first original owner said that she didn't scratch things, but they always provided her appropriate things to scratch. So you do need to buy scratching tools, toys, whatever you want to call them for your cat. Keeping your cat's nails trimmed. Cats scratch to strengthen their forearms. It's natural habit. So when they're trimmed, they don't have that they don't feel that need to trim their nails down and also to stretch their forearms quite as much. So things like that, I would, if people are having an issue, I would hope they do a little research before they say, "Oh, I'm a first-time cat owner. I give up." Because obviously, for a cat to go around and around in a circle, shelter home, isn't good for any cat.
And so you're not exactly questioning the previous owner's truthfulness or veracity. He may not have had the proper cat scratching post on site.
Exactly.
Even though the foster home and her first owner said that she didn't scratch anything.
And just,
I'll be that guy.
Yeah, deterrence for scratching, that kind of thing. I mean, you can work with an animal, a cat, to curb his scratching needs or whatever, and direct them toward appropriate things. So, part of the other thing was that the house had 2 large pit bulls with nothing against pit bulls, but they were young and they were very active, and cats can be stressed by that.
Sure.
Her foster mother, Bella's foster mother, has 2 dogs as well. Bella always did great with those 2 dogs, but those dogs are more relaxed, more calm. So, there could have been some anxiety, some stress there from Bella as well, that she would take it out on things to scratch and then not having appropriate things. So, we want to set people up to succeed, not fail. So anybody who adopts, we're here as a resource to help you if you have problems. We hate to see animals come back.
How old would you say Bella is?
Bella is 5. That's a good question. She's 5. She's gray and white. Being 5 years old, she qualifies for what we consider our senior pet. She's by no means a senior. So her adoption fee is $77.50.
How's it going with the dogs that were seized in Brunswick? How many would you say are left in the building there?
There's 51.
Okay, that's a lot of dogs.
Yeah, it is. 5 have been adopted. We have had a lot of help from other animal welfare groups in Frederick County. Some other counties, their shelters have come in and taken some. But at the same time, in 2009, we had a similar case, and people were pounding at the door.
This was in Walkersville.
Yeah, and it's just not the same. And no one can theorize why, I guess that is. But I encourage you, if you're looking for a small breed dog and you're a patient person, this isn't going to be your typical adoption. But if you're a patient person and you want a project, this is it. I mean, these dogs need a family, and they need to learn that humans are good people, that good things come from humans, and that they should be living in a house with 1, 2, maybe 3 other dogs as opposed to 96 other dogs.
Contact the shelter. The number to call is 301-600-1546, and I've also got that number on my Twitter and Facebook page if you're interested in Bella, or if you can find it in your heart to maybe be educated about some of these dogs that are up for adoption that were seized in that house in Brunswick.
Yep.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Bella's our Shockley Honda Pet of the Week. You can go and